one, and it is a very important one. Round one of the AFL season for 2005 as the Demons and the Bombers go at it. It's Allen against White. Allen got a clear tap away. Coming through hard as Bizzle. Now Murphy with his head over the football. Kick to half forward. Hurd's out in front. Gathers. Usually uses it well. Goes the long option. Flyers from behind. Rivers takes a terrific mark and wastes no time as he gives it to Ferguson.
What a good start for Rivers. Broke his hand in pre-season. And speaking of starts, this is the former Cat, Maloney, who of course played in finals here late last year. Bolton, though, mops up the loose ball for the Dons and places it pretty well for Jason Johnson to fool them all by going onto his left. Finds some space, go for Lucas, but Rivers is there again. Lucas battles on. Will he go onto his wrong side? No, he won't. He rarely does. He places that pretty well, but just a little too strong for Peveril, and it's a comfortable mark to Bizzle.
Bizzle goes out wide. The lead's provided by Whelan. Gets it now. Manages to elude Cupido. Goes backwards to McDonald. Not a lot on offer. Forced to double back. Now drills it long. Not a bad kick to half forward. The big fly from the side was by Hurd. No mark. Loose ball. Bombers will get there first. This is Bradley. Kepler Bradley goes short to Jason Johnson. Dishes off to McPhee. McPhee goes inside 50. Not the greatest of kicks. Henneman attacks it. He's got support of Lucas. Left foot from a standing start. Lucas goes for home. It's across the face. We'll have a throw in.
And that's a matchup that we expected. Cameron Bruce, he will go all the way with James Hurd. He's a perfect matchup because when Hurd goes forward, Bruce can play as a defender and he can certainly run in the middle of the ground. And Tim, we see Henneman playing in the forward line for Essendon. That's what Kevin Sheedy told us would happen.
Yes, no great record to boast as a goal-kicking forward. 2 goals, 5 for his career. Demons work it away. McDonald. Here's Hurd. Bruce on his hammer. In the back. Free kick to Hurd. Advantage call. Bradley's had it, I think, 3 times already. And Lucas, 3 or 4, has started very well. Peveril with Rivers making the spoil again. He's working overtime. Don still dangerous. Henneman, but straight to Brown of Melbourne. Crunch. Almost won their best and fairest last year. Really rose a notch or 2. Here's McDonald again. Takes it wide and finds McLean.
Rock McLean playing just his 10th game of AFL football. Bolton takes the mark. Big year for Mark Bolton, as it is for a lot of the middle-ranked players for Essendon. Murphy's kick's ordinary to say the least. Puts McPhee well and truly under the hammer. Can't get past Johnson. Clowes has the umpire. Great pick-up, Maloney. The former Cat, now a Demon. Kicks the goal. And Essendon have paid the ultimate price for a bad skill error.
Well, you just cannot afford to not hit the target in that part of the ground. And you can just see that kick across, squared up towards centre-half back, didn't hit the target, and it just puts McPhee under enormous pressure. And what a great start for Maloney in the new colours. The ex-Cat, and you can see David Neitz, he's happy.
Couldn't wish for a better start. Portents of things to come, perhaps, in the red and the blue, as opposed to the blue and white heats. Boots. Derek Woodcock to bounce the ball, officiating with Darren Goldspink and Michael Avon. With the new centre circle, the straight bounce, very important, and they've been pretty good so far this round. Miller working out the hand pass, and the Demons are away again. Murphy for Essendon, but to no effect. Uze. Now Bruce with Neitz looking to lay an aggressive Shepherd, and now receiving and giving it back to Uze, bending it back. He has done it. Oh, the Demons have kick-started their season.
And Adam Uze with the check side kick. We'll have another look at it. Doesn't go onto his right foot. Hardly at all. Doesn't need to when you can kick the ball like this. You can see handballs, follows up. Gets the footy back from Cameron Bruce and check sides it on the outside of the left boot and able to hook it back through the goals.
Brilliant effort.
Perfect start for the Demons. One of the great features of our game is the old banana or check side kick. And Uze executed perfectly.
Beautiful balance, wasn't it? Just received, didn't alter stride.
Centre square infringement, and it's Melbourne's way again. So White's got it, smack bang in the middle of the G. The lead's provided by Robertson, picked his moment. Little kick to McLean, run down by Welsh. Out on the full. Tackle just in the nick of time. Fletcher finds Jason Johnson. Kicks to half back and finds Welsh. And the lead's provided by Peville. So here's the build-up by the Bombers. They need a settler. Here's McPhee. Puts it inside 50. Henneman's the lead. Strong hands. He's got the free. Well, he had the arms taken from him.
Chop the arms. Can't chop the arms. No, it doesn't matter.
That's the rule this year.
Yes, you can hear the umpire saying chop the arms, and I watched Henneman. He led strongly from the goal square, got a push on his opponent, Ferguson, got out in front, and it just meant that his opponent was really put in a desperate situation and just swung at the arms, and that's what they've been doing for years, defenders. Now if you chop the arms, you'll be penalised. And let's see if the Bomber can get his third career goal.
He's a deadly shot when he gets the chance.
Henneman. Just the point. So 12 plays, 1 in favour of the D's.
Bombers with a great record in Kevin Sheedy's time against Melbourne. They've won 32-9. And Sheedy's 9-2 against Neil Danaher. But you get the feeling they might have their work cut out tonight. Here's Maloney, who started it. Nathan Brown working it around and eventually working it into space for Ferguson. And that's a good delivery again. And Bruce with the job on Hurd, but can go forward and kick goals. And David Neitz is within range, although out near the boundary. Now, which David, which Goran will stand up tonight? Good David or bad David?
Well, he led well, but the kick was perfect from Cameron Bruce. You can see he's out in front of Fletcher. Got that 2-metre break, nothing Fletcher could do. Kepler Bradley is playing at centre-half back for the Bombers. He's taken Miller.
Only Norm Smith has kicked 500 career goals for Melbourne. Neitz starts the season on 495 and he's still there.
Here's an omen of if I've seen one, guys. A red and blue sky tonight.
It's written in the stars.
Fletcher goes straight up the middle, and it is a fantastic kick. Almost into the middle and hits McPhee on the chest. He goes out wide. So again, a good build-up here by the Bombers. Hurd's got it. Long kick. Henneman's the target. Flies from the side and takes a ripper. Top mark, Aaron Henneman.
Well, from full back with the Fletcher kick, it was an absolute beauty. At the other end of the ground, the Essendon defenders are giving the veteran full back a pat on the back because it was a brilliant kick to the middle of the ground. Then out wide to Hurd. Hurd straightened the kick up, put it in a dangerous spot. You can see Ferguson, number 35, nowhere near close enough to his direct opponent to get a fist on the footy.
So Henneman as good as directly in front. 35 metres out. Gets the Bombers first. Well, Kevin Sheedy put the acid on Aaron Henneman during the week, said full forward is his, I'm not mucking around, he's playing there, and so far, it's only early days, he hasn't let them down.
Well, he's had a couple of shots at goal. He kicked that behind from the tight angle and was able to take a very good mark here, good pack mark.
And good coaching by Sheedy. It's what Steve Waugh used to call backing his player.
And there in picture we see Kepler Bradley, tall, skinny defender. He's built very much like Dustin Fletcher, and no doubt Kevin Sheedy would be saying, well, I'll groom you to be my key defensive man for the next 10 years.
Jason Johnson didn't take it at the first grab. Well played, White. Just getting a hand in there for Maloney. Now Henneman up in the middle and banging at Goldwood. Melbourne with numbers. And Ferguson in trouble. Wheatley. Bold stuff. Ferguson still has to fight. Dons have equalised the numbers now. Solomon the hard man. Wheatley. Danger. The line is a good result for Melbourne.
And that was just super tackling pressure put on by the Demons, by Essendon. In the end, the Demons had to rush it through for a behind. But it's early minutes in the game.
Guys, you can't be in the square.
Umpire just saying you can't be in the square while we have this kick in. But the pressure put on by the Essendon tackling in the first 10 minutes of the game, absolutely first rate.
Whelan.
Thanks, Alan, that's it.
His kick finds Brown.
And the great strength of Melbourne is their ability to get the ball out of defence with chip passes and run. This is what they like to do.
And McLean's the man as he pumps it long to the 50. Miller. Strong mark to White. Into the pocket. Too much on the kick. Over the head of Robertson. And it's marked by Mark Johnson. He gives it to Hurd, who switches to the members' side. Peverill. Bombers doing it nicely out here on the members' wing. McPhee loose again. Goes long, looks for Solomon. Just couldn't take the chest mark. Bizzle under the pump. Now is that out? It is. The boundary umpire was a fair way out of the action, but
The goal umpire helped him.
still called it out.
I like
it from the umpire, help from the goal umpire.
I just think Solomon playing up forward for the Bombers is a real plus, because Clint Bisley's opponent likes to free up, likes to be the attacking defender. Well, he won't be able to get too far away from Solomon because Solomon's too dangerous. He commands respect.
Bizzle was stiff. He did very well against the Solomon tackle, and it was a close call. Cupido dangerous. Pulled off it. Did he have it? A judge to have done. Wheatley. And it didn't cover enough ground. Rivers turned 20 after last season, having won the National Rising Star. Cupido now working away from goal. Welsh up from the back. Davey got hold of him but didn't stop the clever placement. Stanton now.
Hurd dropping back to the goal square.
As is Peverill. Hurd up, but eclipsed by Bruce. The Dons get their third behind and trail by 4 points.
It's Paul Wheatley to bring it in.
Let's go.
He bangs it long to the members' side. Oh, running for the flight of the ball is Ferguson. And takes a nice mark. Goes on short to McDonald. Squeezes the left foot kick. Rivers again. Ramanaskas missed the tackle. Murphy didn't.
Sorry, no, he made the attempt. No problem. Jenny made the attempt.
So McDonald sits down for a break. Half forward. Demons into attack. Jason Johnson gets stripped of the footy. Quick kick out of the pack by Allen. Back to the wing. Yet another throw in.
And just an idea of how intense Essendon's been with their tackles at this stage of the first quarter. 10 tackles to the Bombers, just 3 to Melbourne.
The Dons are fronted at the fact that so many critics predict a rather humble finish for them this year.
That's against Chris Heffernan for hanging on to Murphy before the ball was thrown into play.
What a sight. Gleaming already with perspiration is Justin Murphy. Hurd and Lucas. As the Dons load up again. Ball going to kick from goal.
Gee, Heffernan's risking 50 metres there.
And the umpire seemed to think he was placed okay. Cupido, goal for Hammer. The goal machine. The Dons are in front, and this is the man who's put them there. He's kicked both their goals. He's taken marks and he's rode packs like Kevin Bartlett.
Well, it's taken 6 years for Kevin Sheedy to work out where he's going to be a good player for them. He's been at the club since the year 2000. And Scotty Lucas playing at centre-half forward. That's where I love to see him play, because he just leads well into the football, swings around on that left boot, as we saw before, and don't like it when the Bombers play him in defence.
Well, Ryan Ferguson's playing well for Melbourne. He's had most disposals for the Demons, but he's conceded 2 goals to Henneman. Who's doubled his career tally already tonight. Jamar against Allen. Jamar with strength stood up. Jason Johnson. Now McPhee again loose on the members' wing. Has his handball smothered by Heffernan, driven into the ground. Only a free. Play on. McLean with the advantage to centre half forward. Fletcher. Only went with the one hand. Davey, can he weave some magic? The chase is on. Davey against Allen. We know who's going to win that. Davey chips into the pocket. Robertson, Fletcher with courage. And wants the free.
So it was like a glitzy little sports car against an old tractor, wasn't it, Davey and Allen? Demons not able to capitalise and cash in. Allen to Ruck now. Jamar against him, and read the drop of the ball better. Bradley works it clear. Dons, after conceding the first 2 goals, have looked the better team through the middle stages of the quarter.
And there we see Jeff White having a spell. Mark Jamar doing the ruck work. It's a great opportunity for Jamar to establish himself as an AFL player, with Darren Jolly leaving the Demons this year to go to Sydney.
Clear win for Allen that time, but Davies got it, and the Demons are away. Heffernan just didn't really put it anywhere to suit the Demon forwards. Mark Johnson, cocked and high, will take a free. Wants to go on, the umpire won't let him.
That was worth a try.
It's worth a try. Adam Uze.
Gee, the ball was out by the time he copped it, but a free kick is a free kick.
Yes. Adam Uze starting the game deep in the forward line. That won't last for long. You'll soon see Uze playing in the midfield.
Run themselves into a spot of bother here, the Bombers, so Fletcher decides to switch to the southern stand side, and McPhee has been busy. This is his 7th disposal. He's taken 4 marks already. Last year's best and fairest winner and All-Australian. What a year he had. Looks for Allen. Murphy, the little give to McVeigh, to half-forward Solomon. Will look to move it quickly. There's no one home for Essendon, so he goes short. Looks for Winderlick. Couldn't take the mark. Under the punt was Sylvia. Now Brown. He's gone.
Has to be gone. Bizzle got past the second, couldn't get past the third.
Let him have the ball. Let him have the ball. Give him the ball. Give him the ball.
Didn't know the third was coming, I don't think.
Yeah, got past 2 and run down from behind. But that's a great example of the intensity of Essendon's tackling.
McVeigh handballs to Lucas, who squares it up. Murphy from behind, but it's a good mark to Green. No doubt about that. So Green's got the mark. Goes short. Finds Wheatley. And his kicks at fine Miller. No, he spilt the beans. Maloney attacked it. Stood up in the tackle well. Heffernan was leg. Miller mops up. Back to Wheatley, who's run down the ground. And he finds Big Jamar on centre wing.
Demons have become a little bogged down. Maloney centering ball, but nothing on the end of it. And Murphy is able to mop up for the Dons. Now McVeigh, and he has space down the southern wing. Time to have a good look. Safe option, short to Cupido. Still 80 from goal. He's after Peverill on his preferred side. Can go all the way, and then misses by a mile. Very disappointing result. Should have nailed it.
Just really good vision by Damien Cupido to find Peverill on the run into space. Essendon forwards all led. It opened up a bit of space for Peverill, who was playing in the centre, to run forward, and really should have finished off with a goal.
That's it now, thanks.
Wheatley's short kick finds Maloney, who goes into the middle. Gee, presents well, Miller.
Yeah, Kepler Bradley just cannot play from behind on Miller, which is what he's doing at the moment.
Green, thumping kick. One out.
Got hold of him.
His meets against Fletcher.
Wrapped her arms around him. It's an easy free kick.
Looked a good decision from here.
See the arms, and Fletcher happy to be held onto and pushed back. Definite free kick. And umpire Goldspink, I don't think anybody's won an argument against Goldspink in 12 years, Tim.
You've got to have a dig at him even when he makes good decisions.
To half-back, good mark, Lucas, under a fair bit of pressure. And Bruce let him play on in the end. Here's young Kepler Bradley. He can come on too. He can take it right to half-forward. He's going to bounce. He's run his full measure. Pumps it long. Hedeman again. On the side, Bolton. There's a free kick.
Put him down. I'm going to let him go to the mark.
Just as Winderlick was set to swoop and kick an easy goal, Melbourne have got the free. So Ferguson goes short in the back pocket. And it's marked by Colin Sylvia.
Demons haven't kicked one for a while, and what's more, they haven't really looked like kicking one. Bizzle, the good player he's been. 75th pick in a draft many moons ago, and he's played more than 130 games at a couple of clubs. Here's McLean, a much higher draft pick for Melbourne. Murphy, oh, that's dangerous. He needed to mark that. Robertson. Demons under the pump, Green, but straight to Welsh, Ramanauskas, and now Allen. And Bradley. Getting a couple of grabs of it to settle him down. Welsh now developed into a solid player. Here's young Angus Monfries, his first kick in the big league.
Essendon free kick.
So Monfries gets the result.
His arm on the shoulder. Go for the mark. He's there, please. Thank you.
And it's Mark Bolton with the man on the mark inside 50.
Just thought Justin Murphy was fantastic going back last time that ball went into Melbourne's forward line. Playing on the wing, he pushed back and really did help out the Essendon defence. Looked like it would be a certain Melbourne mark.
Second stat for Monfries. Ignores Hurd. He won't do that every time, I'm sure. That's not a great result. Jamar's ball for the Demons.
To Ferguson. This is his 7th disposal. Good kick to the wing and finds Robertson.
Interesting matchup that one, Quarters. You've got Russell Robertson, spring-heeled Jack, and Mark Johnson playing on him. You would think that Robertson would have the advantage in the air.
Long kick. Oh, Miller did well in the end. It comes to McLean. Handball over the top to Green. He missed his target. Good bump by McPhee. McLean will get another crack at it. Right foot snap. Misses.
And we'll just go back, and this is what I'm talking about. The effort of Murphy to come from the wing to get into the hole, that leading space, takes a lot of courage to do that. Well done.
And from that replay, Fletcher a bit stiff not to get another free kick against Neitz. Now Welsh drops it in short. Ramanauskas finished the season with a bang as Essendon lost to Geelong in a semi-final here. Had 33 possessions that night. Here's Allen again finding space out wide. Lucas on the long lead. Ferguson with him now. And Ferguson wins this exchange. Wheatley under the pump. Ferguson backs him up. And the Demons build. Haven't kicked a goal since the 4-minute mark. They need something. Neitz a long way from home. Dallied. Uze, highly skilled. Always dangerous with his feet. That's a great delivery.
Brilliant kick.
Thanks, Mark. Just for you, mate.
Brilliant kick, Adam Uze. And we don't often see Aaron Davey on the lead, but he did, and here we'll see it again. Adam Uze's got the vision, hooks the ball into the middle corridor, not too high. Just means that Davey can take the mark without the fist coming on top of him.
To delve into the land of cliches, it was Rapier-like. And Davey should, for his teammates' sake, finish this. And he does with a very neat kick. It just carried home. And the Demons are back in front. It's his preferred side, of course, and no one does it a whole lot better than Adam Uze. Davey with just enough on it.
There we see Kepler Bradley. The worry that I've got is that he's puffing hard already. Miller is one of the longest leading forwards in the game.
Yeah, good
I just
job,
wonder
good
if
job.
Bradley will be able to go with him.
Hurd with great skill puts the Bombers inside 50. The fist was by Wheatley. There's Monfries. He's earned another kick.
Just hold it there, hold it. Aaron, just get out of it, all right? Thanks, Chris.
There's umpire Goldstreak laying down the law.
Monfries short, and his kick finds Bullen. Still a bit far out to score. He could be kicking from about 60 metres. Decides to go back to Monfries, and this time he bangs it long. Lucas is there, so is Henneman. Oh, from the side, spectacular, but no mark to J-Man at the bottom of the pack. And a bounce, 15 out from the Bombers' goal.
James Hurd pushes down. You can see Cameron Bruce has touch on him all the way there.
Yeah, good contest, well done. Let him go now.
Hizzle to Heffernan. Left foot kick. That's a good, courageous mark, as you'd expect from that man, Andrew Welsh. But he telegraphed that one, and Green picked it off. Decided to play on Ferguson. We were enticing with trouble here at the Demons. But eventually they're out of trouble through the agency of Johnson, who bangs it to half forward. No mark to Miller. Back of the pack is Bradley to Fletcher. Kick around the corner's good. Finds Winderlich.
Hasn't been a lot of what David Parkin calls crumbability across half forward for the Demons so far. Cupido for Bolton. Wide and a long way from home. Not a bad effort with the left foot. Hurd beats Bruce pointless.
Just got the touch on him, didn't he? Watch him, he's dangerous.
He is very dangerous.
So alert. Gee, I hope we can see that again. That ball was coming down and he just got a little bit of touch on his opponent just to unbalance him and then let the ball come onto his own hands. James Hurd barely got off the ground. Just see the early touch, little nudge, and then didn't go to sleep. Said I can increase the angle here and sets up a teammate.
And it's Winderlich from about 35 metres as he kicks to restore the lead for the Dons late in the opening term. And he does just that. Essendon by 2 points. Just been thinking that Hurd was having a relatively quiet quarter, and now I looked at the stats and saw he'd had it 8 times, which puts him in front for the Dons.
And this is an amazing statistic. Ryan Ferguson, the Melbourne defender, has had 10 disposals playing at fullback on Aaron Henneman. Henneman has been able to kick 2 goals. So
he's won the quarter.
I'd say Henneman's won the quarter. If he keeps on averaging 2, he'll finish with 8.
Easy, guys, easy.
All right, the Bombers have got it now. It's Murphy got pushed in the back for a kick. Is it coming back? There's a bit on in the middle.
You got the free.
James Hurd's in there. So is Green.
You know what we've got
And
to
it's
do?
on now. It's fair dinkum on now. As Heffernan comes in and gets rid of McPhee. Welsh and McLean jumper punching each other as Essendon goes inside 50.
It is absolutely ridiculous that one team doesn't wear a different strip because the colours clash.
Suggesting they were fighting with each other.
Could have been, Tim.
Against Bradley, it's going Miller's way for the Demons.
But this has been on for years, these two teams wearing very similar colours, and the AFL have to be strong enough to insist on it.
Ordinary kick is cut off by Murphy.
Melbourne's home game, so Essendon should wear a different strip.
Well, so if it's good enough for Manchester United to wear an away strip, I reckon it's good enough for a team in the AFL.
Absolutely.
And that was a very entertaining first quarter. Essendon 22, Melbourne 20.
It was a fiery end to that first quarter, and you really have to admire Essendon with the intensity of their tackling. That to me was the standout. They've had 4 times as many tackles as the Demons. Demons working the ball out of their defence pretty well, but falling down once they get the ball up towards their forward 50. But a very good opening to this game. Kevin Sheedy, I think he's taken the honours in that first quarter.
Today on Fox Footy Channel, we take you live to Amy Stadium where the Crows are up against the Red Hot Eagles.
He's kicked it. The Eagles are back in front.
Wayne Carey joins Clinton Grimes, Garrett Healy and Wayne Swass as the biggest names in the game bring you all the action at every quarter commercial free.
Just moved the ball and he's done enough.
Your Sunday lineup looks like this. The Crows and Eagles are live from 3, followed by the Swans and Hawks. The winners weekend wrap at 7:30 before the Tigers and Cats from the NCG.
It's all good, mate.
Whatever happened to the real Australia? The Australia where the only high-rise on the beach was temporary, where it was harder to find a noisy spot than a quiet one, where the only things colouring the water were fish. Well, I got news for you. The real Australia is still here. Come and see the real thing. Come and see the real thing. Come and see.
The Bunnings Warehouse Easter catalogue is out now with everything for your home improvement project. 30-piece drill bit set, just $6.98. XU1 210mm miter saw, great value at $49. GMC petrol generator, only $98. 4-litre British sealing white, a low $29.98. 450-gram gap seal, just $1.94 each. And everyone loves our handy gift cards.
Bunnings Warehouse!
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Join us on Tuesday, a very slippery Pat Rover. No, he was the rat. Andrew Hughes. Plus a man with that close to being captain of Collingwood's premiership side, Maxie Richardson.
Grumpy Old Man, Tuesday on Fox Footy Channel.
Start by young Monfries, came on late in the term and had 4 possessions and used it pretty well. So the Dons take a narrow lead into the second term, and there's Hurd for possession 9. That one misfired, and there'll be a free kick Melbourne's way. Robertson crashed to the ground by Mark Johnson. Touch ball, so there'll be no mark. Green fights on. Robertson for another go. The wide arc, the placement for Neitz. Fletcher did well. A long arm. Bradley off the outside of the boot was clever. Hurd in double figures.
He's been watching his captain.
Monfrey's not quite able to receive cleanly. Nathan Brown. Maloney. Demons build again. Bruce, Hurd's man, but Peverill holds him up. And the Demons can go nowhere in a hurry.
Bruce kicked in between 2 Demons, White and Miller. Now Miller got slung.
Essendon.
Thanks.
Back in.
Umpire's deemed Miller slung Winderling. As we go to Christy Malthouse.
Thanks, Stephen. Well, they're expecting about 50,000 people here tonight, and I reckon it's pretty close to it because that first quarter, they were so loud and full of voice. As I said earlier, such a powerful atmosphere. I think the crowd's quite caught up in the emotion and very loud.
So the Bombers move it forward. Thanks, Christy.
Adamuze continuing to play deep in the forward line for the Demons. That's where he played in the first quarter. And you can see Ramanaskas, his opponent. David Neitz playing more towards the centre-half forward position.
Allen against White. Bruce to Maloney. To Johnston. Run down beautifully by Henneman.
Superb tackling again, and particularly good to see a big fella run down a smaller player.
Tackles, 18 Essendon, 5 Melbourne. How's that for a telling stat? Bombers mucking around with it here, but Cupido finally picks it up. But his kick is wonderfully read by Bizzle. To Maloney, looking for Robertson on the second bite. Took it horizontally in the end.
Used his legs nicely just to edge out the man in front. He's a clever aerialist.
Just has a quick peek at the scoreboard just to see how good it was. It wasn't bad, Robbo.
And the Cupido kick just hung in the air too long. Not enough real oomph in the kick. Enabled the Melbourne defence to intercept it. And a rebound ball, and that's the result.
So the Demons back in front by 4 points, courtesy of that Russell Robertson mark and goal.
Didn't make much contact on Mark Johnson, thankfully. Might have been in bother had he done so.
We can see Johnson running back with the flight of the ball, and he was really caught out by that poor kick by Cupido. That was the reason why Melbourne have got the goal. And this is the Melbourne forward line at the centre bounce. They virtually get in a direct line from the centre circle all the way down to the goal square. It gives them space to lead out into. They can lead out towards the flanks.
Robertson, an important part of that. He's been a best and fairest 3 or 4 times in his career. He's kicked 40 goals in a year. Here's Travis Johnston to Uze.
And that is exactly the reason why they lined up like that at the centre bounce, so that they had the space out on the flanks that they could lead into. That is a strategy that has worked to perfection. You can see the space, player leading out into it. Uze's got some sort of a vest.
Yeah, just wondering whether
he got a crack in one of the practice matches.
Protective, isn't it?
Across the shoulders or collarbone. And that might be one of the reasons why he's not in the hurly-burly of the midfield.
It's a difficult pocket for a left footer, but he's such a beautiful kick. He'd still have him the favourite to thread it. It started on a good line. It faded and missed near side. The Demons lead by 5 points. In 3 of the last 4 seasons, Adam Uze has had more kicks than any other player in the competition. And why wouldn't he use his feet? Because he does it so well.
Ramanascus to McVeigh. Murphy wants it and receives. Doesn't waste any time to young Monfries. Big raps on him, and so far so good in his debut game. Cupido. To McPhee, just couldn't quite hang on to it, but he has time. Onto the left. But he blazes away and misses by a long, long margin. Just sneaked home for a point. 27 plays 23. Demons by 4.
Bizzle to bring it back for the Demons.
Adam McPhee playing more as a midfielder this evening. Played exceptionally well last year as a half-back flanker.
Travelled a long way, did Bizzle. Green and Lucas. Lucas just made the spoil. Brown, but Bolton gets in and under for the Dons. Won a free kick, didn't want to dally. Jason Johnson had Allen inside, looked for something a little more mobile. Gave it up. McDonald, good placement for Neats.
And that's the second interception by a sloppy Essendon kick that well could cost them 2 goals in the last 5 minutes.
Neats had the sit. There wasn't much Fletcher could do.
Oh, it just puts enormous pressure on the Essendon defence. The Essendon defenders, they'd be saying, what the heck's going on down there? Like, gee, you're making it hard for us.
Neats goalless for the night so far. To give the Demons a cushion. He does. It's his 496th. Melbourne by 10. I reckon the fact that it was Matthew Allen running inside and Johnson second-guessed himself.
And that's right, because it was an awkward kick. It was a second thought kick by Jason Johnson. Intercepted and then banged deep into the Melbourne forward line. And that's the second goal that we've seen in this quarter through that sort of football. And this is how it started. Jason Johnson in the midfield. Clumsy kick towards Murphy, intercepted by James McDonald. The long booming kick. Again, you see Fletcher running back with the flight. Once a defender's caught in that position, it's very, very hard for him. And sloppy kicking by Essendon in the midfield has cost them the last 2 goals.
In heavy traffic, Green squeezes the kick out. Miller flew high, couldn't hang on to it. McVeigh to Fletcher. Bombers peeling off everywhere. One of them is Monfils, got pushed square in the back. And no doubt about that free kick. He's back. So young Angus Monfils playing his first game of AFL football. Taken at pick 14 in last year's national draft. Sturt player, all Australian under-18s, and looks the goods.
Well, when we saw him out there before the game quarters, he looked like a kid. There's a reason for that.
And studying journalism, surely he could have picked a better career than that.
What's he saying?
He does the craft proud.
Travis Johnston finds some space to the 50. Miller plays on straight away to Green. A long kick into the goal square. Davey, McVeigh. Mark Johnson goes safety first in the end.
Demons making the early running again in the second quarter.
And there's James Hird taking a spell at full forward. He had 2 touches very early in this second term, and the last 8 minutes he's been at full forward.
Good smother, but a lucky result for Mark Johnson. McLean it was who made the very good smother. There's Brown. Goes short for McDonald and McLean, and they got in each other's way. Couple of Scotsmen. Very disappointed about missing out on a stat.
Have a look at that one, Tim. Short kicks. Melbourne 20, Essendon 39, and a couple of those short kicks have cost them greatly.
Who's got hold of whom, Darren? It's Jeff White's free kick. Matthew Allen not thrilled. Last year's best and fairest by a vote from Nathan Brown was Jeff White. Melbourne by 11, another goal, and things get a little serious for the Dons. Here's Neitz with 2 to beat. Fletcher the big fist. Miller has been excellent, and that's a very good goal. Well, he promised a lot last year, and if what we've seen in about 35 minutes of football is any indication, he's about to deliver big time for the Demons.
Front and centre, wasn't he, the big man?
Yes, he was. And let's see where his opponent was. His opponent's in the marking contest. That's him, number 16. And I guess if you leave your opponent, you've got to mark it. He's got so much bigger, Brad Miller. Have a look at the size of him now.
Demons dominating an attack early in this second term, and they now are on the scoreboard as well at 17 points to diff. Bullen. Jason Johnson ran into a teammate in the end, forces it forward. Solomon did well to Bolton, gets the left foot before he's tackled. McPhee flew, keeping his feet was Lucas, the only man to do so, and the result is a goal. Well, that's the one they wanted, and there's the advantage of keeping your feet on.
Yes, and some good bash and crash in the middle of the ground by the Bombers. They really did work hard to win that ball. Ball knocked on there by Jason Johnson. You can see Solomon keeps the ball alive, gets the handball out. Bolton able to get it to a contest, and the ball got over the back, and that's the thing that Neil Danaher will tell his young defenders. Ferguson, you cannot let the ball get over the back in a spoiling situation.
The Dons hit back. Melbourne's lead 11. Allen beating White, who climbed high off that short run but didn't get a hand on it.
In the side. He's in the side. Thanks, Mike.
Gentleman James, the umpire's ambassador. Gee, we didn't
didn't have to put the beeper on there, did we? The James Hird? Surely not.
There have been many syllables in those words. Miller again. Murphy, his lookalike tonight. Murphy ducking into that tackle, but gets the nod from umpire Avon. McVeigh wastes no time for Jason Johnson. Mown down by David. Got rid of it, that's okay. Got rid of it legally. Immediately he was tackled. Lucas, skidding ball, was good for Bolton. Now Mark Johnson. Wide, McPhee, Cupido. Monfries, can he do something? Could he ever? That's a great effort. Oh.
He knew what he was about. Almost achieved what his brain told him to do. Got that dribble kick going. And this is the 18-year-old on debut. And Peter Dacos would be pretty proud of that effort.
It's always exciting seeing a young talent. And there's a mistake by Ferguson.
Just took too long to get rid of the ball.
So the Bombers have lifted here. Jason Johnson pops it inside 50. With courage running back was Ferguson.
He's got mighty courage, Quarters. Several times in this game he's run back with the flight of the ball. Complete disregard for his own safety.
There was a good switch too to Travis Johnson, who's got a panic. Short to the wing and finds Rivers. Long left footer. He's looking for Neitz. It's a good pass. Neitz had his arms taken away by Fletcher. Beautifully done, Dustin Fletcher. And we'll have a throw in. 40 out from Melbourne's goal.
He's the main man, but Brad Miller and Jared Rivers, who really looked as though they were going to develop into players during last year, have been very good too, down the spine for the Demons. They lead by 10 points. They're looking to extend it here. Maloney, all dubious delivery. White kicks the goal. Demons a bit lucky. That was a little like Chris Grant for the Bulldogs against St Kilda in that Wizard Cup match in the dying moments.
And let's have a look at this, Tim. It's another clearance. Admittedly, the ruckman does the clearance. Jeff White roves his own ball in this second quarter. The clearance is a 7-1 Melbourne's way.
Did he control it or did he just tap it?
Well, that's the question. Was he ever in possession? If he wasn't, it's okay. If he was, well, he threw it.
Yeah, probably not. And here again we get a shot of the Melbourne forwards in that line, a direct line from the centre of the ground down to the goal square. Opens up the flank so they can lead into space.
So Jeff White kicks the goal and immediately has a break. As Jamar comes into the action, he's against Allen, and we've got a stalemate in the middle.
He was tackled, I think, Quarters.
Yeah.
So was he going to get a free kick for being held?
Adam McPhee in picture. He and James Hurd are sharing ruck roving duties at the moment. Hurd, as you can see in picture, in the midfield. McPhee's gone forward.
Hurd with his head over the football is held up by Bruce. Another bounce. Leading possession getters, Ferguson 12, Maloney 11, Green 11 for Melbourne. Hurd and Bradley 10 apiece. Murphy and Welsh 9 apiece for Essendon. Solomon, Hurd, Heffernan's in there, the former Bomber. Now Bruce. And we'll do it all again.
Don't want to see too many ball-ups, but by gee, the bouncing of the ball by the umpires has been good. It's hardly been one go off centre, and as I said earlier, it's so important now at the centre bounces where the big circle comes into play. If it slews one way, the ruckman trapped under it has no chance.
And McPhee's pushed up into this contest. You can see him around the back, pushing forward. Bizzle his opponent.
Clean hand from Allen, but straight to Maloney. Just blazes. Robertson with 2 against him. Now, could be anybody's here. Neitz for Green. Was on his preferred side if that had hit him cleanly. And he's got a cool brain and he delivers to Heffernan, who against his old club can line them up from 45 when he kicks it.
Interesting one, this. These two players in picture have been against each other from the start of the game to this stage, both playing out on a wing, both getting plenty of the ball. Murphy had most of it early. Green's improved as the game has gone on.
Gee, a goal there would have been very handy. As it is, the lead is 17 points, and the Demons are edging away.
Is that Matthew Knight back there?
It was.
Former Tiger captain. He's looking after the team up at Bendigo Bombers. That's why he's there, Quarters.
Well put together, Rob.
Worked it all out.
Essendon work it from defence. Bullen got the handball away, and the chain of handballs ends up with Ramanauskas. Not a lot to kick to, forced to stop. Did not go the direct route. Now Bolton, back to Ramanauskas again. Oh, they're mucking around with it. Essendon lost an opportunity here. Heffernan over the ball. Jamar can't get it. Solomon again. Got it back to Ramanauskas. Still can't get a decisive possession away. And that's what they call mucking around with a football, Rob.
Yes, they overpossessed it. They really had no one to go to down there in the goal square. And therefore they hesitated with the footy. And Angus Mumphreys finding out that it's a rough and tumble game. Now, Bradley was in there for Essendon. Heffernan. Nowhere to go. So into the second half of the quarter. Melbourne have stretched the lead to 17, and James Hird hasn't touched the ball for a long time. That would be almost the entirety of this term. I think he had a couple of touches early. Bradley rucking again against Jamar. Allen working it on, but only to the boundary, or Stanton rather, and there'll be a throw-in.
And we can see David Neitz, he's playing out at half forward. Adam Uze is still back in the goal square. Uze playing on Fletcher. Bolton's dropped back onto Neitz. And that has to be the reason why Uze's not playing in the midfield. He's got that vest on, and he was injured in the practice matches, and is obviously not really 100% to mix it in the hurly-burly in the centre of the ground.
Robertson for Melbourne. Wobbles one into the middle. Welsh. In fact, it was Sylvia who flew high for the Demons. Couldn't take the mark. Back to the wing. Lucas swoops. He could almost nail it from here. He runs to 55. It's a raking kick. It's a monster goal. How about that from Scott Lucas? Sometimes the direct route is the best.
And without Matthew Lloyd, they're relying on some big efforts from some of their established forwards.
And this is the Primus whiteboard. We're having a look at the Melbourne forward line, and you can see Adam Uze playing deep forward, Aaron Davey, the other forward pocket player, Robertson on Mark Johnson, Miller and Bradley having a good contest. Miller out at centre half forward on the lead, and David Neitz is alternating between the goal square and up across the half forward line.
Don staying in touch. Bruce. Jamar, who's been pretty good. Here's Davey, dangerous at the foot of the pack. Murphy saw what he was up to. Green squirting it to Robertson. Just got a little too much hook on it, and he's disappointed. The Demons lead by 2 goals. And on Easter Eve, full moon rising at the Punt Road end. What a majestic sight it is, hovering over the MCG.
Bolton for the Bollers. Gathers. Out in front of Stanton, who's well run down by Wheatley. Tackled, umpire says he will bounce. Jamar has given away the free kick, and umpire's mics go very quiet for that one.
Probably better leaving their mouth guards in so that they don't say anything intelligible.
He is a ferocious looking man.
He is. So Bradley with the free kick. Looks for Lucas. Just misses the outstretched hand of Hird. Bruce is there to mop up for Melbourne. Whistle on play.
Yeah, the tackle continued on to Cameron Bruce. It'll be a Melbourne free kick.
As the boys have a bit of fun.
What do you think about the jumpers quarters?
It is very, very hard to tell the difference. If you're a spectator here tonight, it is really tough. As the box on continues off the ball, emergency umpires out. Fletcher kept his feet. Now that is a dangerous switch to Ramanauskas. It is a very dangerous switch, and it's going to cost them a goal. Davey. The It's easy from up here, but gee, that was a very big gamble he took.
You called it so well, and you've got to give credit to Adam Uze for making the contest and causing the spill. Dustin Fletcher, when he got that ball deep in the back pocket, he's gone to the other side, and it was a super defensive spoil by Uze that enabled Davey to kick that goal.
Coach might be too happy with his veteran fullback. He could not have kicked the ball better than he did, Dustin Fletcher, but the risk was too high, and it backfired. And Aaron Davey swoops ruthlessly. Bruce for Melbourne as they win another clearance. They're 10-4 in this quarter. McVeigh, rather 11-3 in this quarter. Absolutely dominating. Now Bolton. And the centre breaks for the quarter, 5-1. Bolton too strong with the kick. Brown, wonderful season last year. McDonald. Ferguson has done well after missing last season with a shoulder injury. Dons with numbers. Bradley steamed up a little while ago. Bullen took his time, kept his head. McVeigh for Cupido.
It's on again behind play, Tim.
Good kick on the wrong side for Hurd. Bizzle had a few options. Don't know that he chose the right one.
Yeah,
Peverill has got it.
Great effort by Peverill.
Distance beyond him with the man on the mark at 50.
The Bombers have been their own worst enemy in this quarter. At least 3 ordinary kicks have resulted directly in goals to Melbourne.
Goes for the hot spot. Wheatley with a big fist. And the Dons are subdued for the moment.
And that is the Adam Uze contest, because it looked like it to be a certain Ramanascus mark. That is the Adam Uze contest spoil. Brought the ball to ground and set Aaron Davey up.
White got the tap. There's Haynes to Lucas. Still in play. Essendon maintained possession. Stanton just managed to get it back to Peverill. Now he's under the pump. Somehow back to Haynes. Squeezes the kick into the goal square.
Gutsy. Terrific, wasn't it? Ferguson again.
And boy, Davies found some space. Can he use it? He's got Brown at half back, and that's where he goes. Handball, partially smothered. That allows Cupido a couple of beautiful blind turns. Great skill, Cupido. Can they finish off here? Stanton looks like he's lost all his wind, but he's managed to kick a goal. That was superb from Cupido. Stanton had been working hard. Looked like there was nothing left in the tank, and he staggered, but he managed to get boot to ball.
And Damien Cupido, a couple of times, not able to get onto his preferred left side, but he does that really well on the right foot to set Stanton up.
He was saying, not me, as the ball was coming in his direction. Brilliant lead up by Damien Cupido. Brent Stanton, barely with another breath left in him, was able to finish. Don's back to within 12 points. Hurd gives Essendon first use. McPhee taken the wrong way and can scarcely get it back to the centre line. Bradley doing some good things in the last few minutes. Goes for Hurd, outboxed his opponent Bruce. Melbourne with numbers here, and Ferguson has been absolutely magnificent. And the Demons are away. Bruce now, Hurd's opponent. Uze on the long lead. Solomon coming face on was a fearsome sight. Ramanauskas, good delivery for Bradley, as this game is still very much alive. 12 points in it late in the term. Now Justin Murphy. Bombers forced to chip. Winderlich to try and break it open. Takes a risk. Did it bravely. Good stuff from a young player. Too far for McPhee. And it's Jared Rivers who's been steady.
I guess you have to say, Rob, I know there's a long way to go in this game, etc., but the Demons' missing link has probably been a solid backman. They don't lack much else, do they? But Rivers and Ferguson...
Well, they're both lightly framed, but they're both super courageous, and that's a great start. They've got Alistair Nicholson as a backup there. Wheatley can play, but there's no doubt that Rivers is settled at centre-half back, and what we've seen of Ferguson in this game has been exceptionally good.
White marks in the true centre-half forward position. Meeks provides the lead.
Let's go, Jeff! Play on!
So White just bangs it long, deep into the goal square, hoping for the big specky. Robertson flies, front and centre, Uze. Murphy's there, Uze gets boot to ball, but Bradley is there to save the day for the Bombers. To Murphy. Here's a chance for Essendon, or is it too much on the kick? Can McVeigh get there? He can't. Green's got the free kick.
He made him earn it, didn't he?
Let's go.
50.
Too long getting it back.
What's the goal? Give it back to him now. Too long, give it back to him. No, give it back to him.
There's the high tackle. No question about that.
Yeah, so it's a free kick. But I think it's Cupido, wasn't it, who wouldn't return the ball. He's got the ball in his hands there. Umpire saying, give it back.
What he has given back is the goal he just set up at the other end of the ground.
Yeah, Kevin Sheedy would be really disappointed with that.
Don's still coming out on top, whistle-wise, 15 to 8. He's still got to kick it from about 30 metres, but Brad Green is a lovely kick with the left boot.
You're right, you're right. Guys, 1 minute, please.
And
Guys, give me 1 minute, please.
there'll be under a minute left in the quarter when play restarts. This for a 3-goal break.
1 minute.
Well, after the build-up, it just about had to happen.
And at Tasmania, Tim, he's left it down.
He can play cricket, he can play soccer, he can play Aussie rules, and normally he kicks beautifully.
Used to hate those kids at school, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Miller has pinched it to White. To McDonald. From 45, he has missed.
Every heartbeat's true in that lot, and the red and blue are doing pretty well. So under half a minute left, this will be an important play. Fletcher starts it. Goes for Bradley, who's been pretty good after a shaky start. Maloney, now the clock is the key. Demons doing it well here. White, that mightn't have been so good. Bruce, yes it might. McDonald, will he have another go with the left? He does, and this time he's done it. And it couldn't have been better time.
2 seconds left on the clock. And they just got that ball back far too easily from the kick in. And James McDonald is a most underrated player. Essendon have made the switch. Bradley has been moved from the centre-half back position, and Solomon has gone there to play on Miller. And just have a look at Brad Miller. He's really muscled up over the summer. Presents well to the ball. Probably needs to kick better than he does. And you'll notice he often gives off the handball.
So that is half-time at the MCG, and that last James McDonald goal really hurt the Bombers as Kevin Sheedy looks on. Lots of room for improvement for Essendon, so...
Can't catch every game? Then watch The Winners.
We'll recap on everything you need to know on every game.
Tonight from 7:30, get all the highlights, stats and post-match reaction from every game with this week's host, Jim Wilson.
It's footy's ultimate wrap.
The Winners, tonight at 7:30pm local on Fox Footy Channel.
enjoy the big hits and great goals.
Oh, good play, Cracker. Over to his brother.
As we unlock the Fox Footy Vault. Tuesdays on Fox Footy Channel.
From the Fox Footy Vault, Tuesday.
So Melbourne start the third quarter with a 20-point advantage over the Bombers.
And Lucas has gone to full forward quarters.
That's why you get the big bucks, Robert Walls. Miller. First possession of the third term. Haynes, though, got handball out to Bradley, to McVeigh. Now the quick kick back to Bradley. He's had plenty of the football. It's touch number 16.
I think he'll be a very, very good player. A few years away yet, but gee, he's got some talent and he's certainly got the frame to build on.
Massive broad shoulders. Should be a swimmer. Murphy. And McDonald from Melbourne puts it inside 50. Scrubby old kick. Uzo got an awful bounce. Ramanaskas there, wrapped up Fletcher. Little kick to Welsh. To Johnson. Now Haynes. Not quite sure what to do with it. Goes back into the corridor and finds Welsh. To the Bombers building now. McVeigh down the middle. Good kick to half forward and finds Bolton. Bolton, he's got Henneman loose. It's a shocking kick by Bolton. Henneman, though, did well to pick it up. Back to Winderlich. Back to Welsh. Welsh inside 50. Lucas over the head. And we'll have a throw in.
And we've seen the Bombers hesitate half a dozen times when they've got the ball around about 80 metres out from goal, and their first thought is, where's Matthew Lloyd? And of course there's no Matthew Lloyd, so it causes hesitation and they just occupy the ball a bit too long, and it doesn't help the other forwards.
Winderlich to McPhee, difficult angle, clever kick, but he just got too much curl and it's gone right across the face. So it's the Demons' ball, and it'll be Ferguson to take it. He'll be feeling very familiar in his hands by now, and he delivers well to Rivers. He goes for Miller. Two rising star key forwards, Murphy and Green, have a nice old tug of war. It's a standoff. And that's pretty much how it was at the outset for the Demons.
Guy Rigoni hasn't had much game time.
Jamar's been good when he's come on to relieve Jeff White. Maloney supporting White at the moment there. And the Demons go forward again, but Bradley read the drop of it well.
So 6 marks, 17 disposals. Make that 7 marks and 17 disposals for Kepler Bradley. Rivers, free kick. Mark whatever you like. He's got it. Chips to Green. McDonald in support. To the half-forward flank. Johnston waits for it to bounce. Oh, props.
Gee, that was lazy, sloppy football. And you can see he's trying to redeem himself, but that's what lets Travis Johnson down.
Had to chase the ball almost into his team's dugout. Would have been very relieved. It's not like the old days when the coach used to sit in there. I think Norm Smith would have been terribly happy. So, no one been able to go anywhere yet in the early part of this quarter. Brewster Maloney, who wasn't quite expecting it. Hurd, Murphy. Now the Demons are a chance. Brown receiving from Whelan. Wheatley. There's nothing much there. Robertson was their only hope, and he was never in position. And Adam McPhee has it again for Henneman up in the back half now.
Well, Henneman's the centre-half forward playing on Rivers.
Distinguished himself with 2 goals early. Essendon's first 2. Bolton to Cupido. Can't break this time. Now McVeigh. Wheatley has him covered, and the fact that the Essendon man went to ground didn't help, and surely that was deliberate, but it hasn't been paid.
Well, that's what the Melbourne players are saying. He pushed the ball over the line. The umpire, let's have a look at it.
He had nowhere else to go, and he went for it.
He did.
Donald caught high, free kick.
Just the first one, just like the slide of the first one. Thanks, Johnny. Thanks, Johnny.
James McDonald. 13th disposal coming up. That's a good one as he finds Weekly. Southern stand side, short of the wing position. No scorers yet from either team in this third term. As Whitley tries to break it open to half forward, Miller flew, third man up, somehow won the football, got it to Davey, was he being held? No, said the umpire, picked up again by Miller, clever handball over the top to Green, shouldn't miss from here. And as Alan Jeans used to say, failure cannot cope with perseverance, and that's what Miller did then.
Well, he did, and you'll see him here, tries to get a quick handball to Davey, doesn't really execute it well, follows up though, and sees Green in space and sets him up, and in the end it's an easy goal for Brad Green. But Miller, 2 kicks and 9 handballs for the game. And there we see Travis Johnson having a rest on the pine, and I think we all know the reason why. Brad Miller's an interesting player, Tim. Probably tries to get the handball off too much. He's had 9 handballs and just the 2 kicks in this game because he's not confident with his kicking.
I reckon he's going to be better than interesting in the long run. It's dangerous for Essendon now. It's out to 26, and Bizzle gives Melbourne the break again. Welsh read it nicely. Out in front of Haynes, who has room to move here and to run. Bolton goes first. He ignores him. He goes for Lucas in the middle. Melbourne look to have it covered. Whelan, neatly done. Bruce, untidy. Gave Murphy a chance. His hands have let him down tonight. Brown to Maloney, and the Demons rebound. Oh, this is dangerous. Without an opponent within 30 metres of him there, and for him this is within range.
Well, his opponent had been taken from the field, Ramanascus, and whilst Ramanascus was heading to the interchange, you can see Uze all by himself, and the quick rebound caught the Bombers out. Ramanascus taken from the field, Uze freed up, and as a result it may well cost Essendon a goal.
The Demons lead by 32 points. Uze's second goal. And it's a long way back for the Dons.
And Welsh has been moved on to Adam Uze at about 30 seconds too late.
32 points the margin. Long way to go in this contest. And the Bombers are in trouble. Bradley desperate. Would have been 2 of them in the end. And did it well, the youngster. Well played, Kettler Bradley.
He was good, wasn't he? He followed up, kick off the ground, picked it up. It'll blow him up a little bit, so he won't want the ball to come to him in the next couple of minutes. Get his breath back, and there we see Adam Ramanascus, who has been on Uze for most of this game, taking a spell.
Still just 19 years of age, Bradley. Kick scrub to the wing. Rivers gets there first. To Sylvia. Back inside the 50. Murphy for the Bombers. Clean hands to McVeigh. And Cupido, who has not done enough really. A couple of nice things. Needs to produce more. Nice sweeping handball though to Peveril. Inside the 50. Lucas. Brilliant one-hander.
Strength on Ferguson. More seasoned player, just used the strength to keep Ferguson out with that left arm and let the ball come onto the right, and skillful enough to execute what he wanted to do.
As Tim Lane said earlier, it's cow corner here for the left footers.
Darren Goldsmith very particular about where he placed the man on the mark too, Rob. You would have not missed.
He's a good umpire.
Lucas has made a good fist of it, but not good enough. 2-1 is the return for Scott Lucas so far, but the Demons still lead handsomely, 74-43.
They're in charge right now. Sylvia on the ground in the early part of this second half for Johnston, presumably. Johnston having been benched. Now it's Matthew Whelan between the defensive lines and just making the spoiled bolt. He did well as Ferguson had provided a good target. Lucas places. He's not happy with the kick. McPhee had 3 against him. Solomon wrapped up. All up at the 50.
So I just got on the boat, doesn't look anything else from where I was.
A couple of different opinions of the same incident. Brent Maloney not terribly happy. The treatment he received from Solomon, who says, I do that all the time. Fumble from Henneman, let in Bruce and Bizzle. And Ferguson again as the stats keep piling up. Just curled away from Mark Johnson. Bradley came hard, but the Demons prevail. Miller. Bradley, by geez, a goer. He has been admirable tonight after a bad start.
We're seeing a couple of good young defenders. Kepler Bradley, his performance this evening, and certainly Ryan Ferguson.
He doesn't mind mixing it, which is good to see. White won that one handsomely. Green bowled over fairly by Murphy. There's big Jamar.
James McDonald.
Allen to Jason Johnson. Just couldn't quite get a handle on it. But fortunately for Essendon, it finishes up in the hands of McVeigh. Measures his options. Looks for Lucas. Solomon front and centre. Just bangs it on the boot. Well done in the end by Whelan as Henneman was running onto it. Saved the day, Matthew Whelan, but he's run down round. Should be a free kick. It's got to be. Advantage paid. Now, and he's got to throw in. Is it a free kick or not? Or was it advantage? In fact, was it a free kick at all?
It was a free kick. The umpire played a free kick, then he called advantage. Have a look at this. That's a free kick to Cupido. Umpire then calls advantage. And
well, who's in a worse position than where the free kick was going to be
awarded? It should go back to the player with the footy. Set shot for goal, 35 metres out.
Another run down. Is Tim Lane just shaking his head in disbelief?
That one fell onto his boot, I reckon. So he was adjudged to have disposed of it legally. Previous one, Brown had taken about 3 steps. Now, it was I don't know, is it prior opportunity? The Johnsons combine here for the Dons. And now Haynes. Try and set it up, but they've been going nowhere. Cupido, well beyond 50.
He's a long kick. He is a long kick.
And he knows it, and he's going to have a ping. That is a monstrous kick. Just touched. His major imprint on the game made with a goal that he constructed out of little in the previous quarter.
And the camera just on Ryan Ferguson, who's had the 17 disposals for the Demons. And the great thing for Neil Danaher is that he's got a key defender. There he is there, who can get the football. Not only defend, but get the football. Now, Alistair Nicholson usually does that job, but doesn't get much more than 4 or 5 touches a game. Ferguson is a ball magnet.
Jamar to Bizzle. Kick around the corner. Somehow it stays in. Now it goes over the line. Maloney having a break. And a great debut tonight for Melbourne as Guy Rigoni, the oldest player in the AFL not to play 100 games.
How old is he?
He's 30. He's got 97 games next to his belt, or under his belt. It's the credit to his courage that he's hung in there with a bad back over many years. Bruce. Pretty ugly game at the moment. Not much happening. As Essendon try to force its way back That's a good mark on centre wing by Robertson. Pumps it long. From the side, Miller again. And he plays on. It's a scrubby old kick. Meets, sticks out the backside. Tries the soccer. Peveril under the pump. Fletcher. McVeigh. Davey. Peveril comes into the picture again. Under pressure. Well played. Clever kick.
Kick for touch. Did it well. Under pressure. And David Meets has gone missing. No touches in the last 29 minutes. In fact, he's only touched the ball 4 times for the entire game. Meets and the other captain, James Hird, haven't touched the football in this third quarter. We've been going 15 minutes.
Melbourne. Now an infringement in the ruck contest, and it's Mark Jamar's ball. Now he handed that off, and the Demons are dangerous, but they only register a minor score. Robertson it was who delivered it, and the margin is 31 points.
Mark Johnson kicks to the wing. McPhee from behind takes a nice mark. Looks to play on straight away. Now gets some support in the running Murphy. Oh, again, Ferguson backing back with a pack coming on down. Well played again. Gee, he's got some courage. To the wing. And a big specking taken by Green. It's about the 4th or 5th time Ferguson's run back the flight of the ball tonight.
Very, very brave. Like the look of him.
Squares it up to Bizzle. Into the middle. There is Rigoni. Also plays on quickly. Penetrating kick. Fletcher does well to get in front of Meets. Robertson's in there. Slung by Fletcher. Johnson gave it straight up to Davey, who's picked a point.
Free against Meets. Held Mark Johnson when he didn't have it.
Thanks, mate, Dave. Let go.
Gee, James Hird's left the field. Hasn't touched the ball this quarter. And you just wonder, is there a problem?
Johnson picked himself up okay, but he's on his haunches now. It was a crashing tackle from Meets. Stanton. Now Peveril. Stanton again. Davey came at him hard. Bombers have made a mess of a lot of their build-ups tonight. Peveril, the smother was on. Rivers, cool. Sylvia, Demons rebound. They're in just about total control right now. Miller just couldn't hang on to that one, and Bradley takes the points. Giving it to Murphy, chipping it inside for nobody. McLean as the Demons rebound again. And this time, Uze's on the end of it. And with a man on the mark at about 48 or 49, he can have a go.
Scotty Lucas off for the Bombers. James Hird's come back on. He's gone into the forward line for Essendon. Cameron Bruce, who's had 5 disposals in this third term, going with him all the way. And he is one dangerous player, is Adam Uze, playing a very different role tonight.
Playing his 179th consecutive game. He has only Andy Collins, Jock McHale, Jack Titus and Jim Steins in front of him. And he knows how to kick a goal. That's his third. Game blowing out now. Lovely kick from outside 50.
And Melbourne have won this quarter by 17 points and are in danger of getting right away from the Bombers.
What can Kevin Sheedy conjure? Essendon now in big trouble. It's Melbourne by 37 points as James Hird is back on the ground, going to full forward. Cameron Bruce has picked him up. Murphy had plenty of it. This is disposal number 20 around the corner to McPhee. His kick finds Stanton. Not much to kick to, goes sideways back to McPhee.
Obviously, Melbourne have got numbers back. That's why McPhee's hesitating. Just can't see anybody in any space.
Well, Hurd's led about 3 or 4 times, but now McPhee sells the dummy. Good old-fashioned footy, that one. He runs to 55, pumps it into the goal square. Allen's got to beat 3. Oh, he did! No, well, he did. He sort of did. He sort of did.
He bowled a couple over. Didn't get off the ground himself.
And he seemed less unhappy with Darren Goldsmith than he had been on a prior occasion.
Got caught red-handed there.
Ferguson again, disposal of number 20.
McVeigh, a little scoop. McDonald now for Melbourne. And threads the left footer perfectly for Davey. Oh, he is beautiful to watch. He might go all the way here. I'm not sure whether he was going all the way or trying to set something up.
I don't think he knew what to do in the end. He went a little bit each way. He should have had a shot.
He's a thriller.
He is a thriller. Let's have a look at this. Was it in the back? Well, there's a hand on the back.
Not much in it.
There's just a hand on the back.
Not much at all.
Today they'll play it. They wouldn't have played it 3 years ago. Certainly wouldn't have played it 30 years ago.
Very unlucky there, Matthew Allen. Cupido, nice kick to Murphy. Looks for McPhee. Besieged by demons there. Little tap on. Jason Johnson gets the left foot. Bird, great smother, Bruce. Ricochets to Jamar, back to Bruce. And everything going right for Melbourne at the moment is Green on the run. Long left foot kick. Davey getting back with the flight of the ball was Peveril. McVeigh back to Peveril. Great tackle, Miller. Welsh under the pump. Handballs back into the defensive goal square. Fletcher out of danger to Mark Johnson. Here's a break for Essendon on the rebound. Stanton, can he use it? Hurd, there's 4 demons around him. No hope at all.
Melbourne are just killing Essendon in Essendon's forward line. They just haven't got anybody who looks dangerous. Bolton and Henneman are playing as tall forwards, but they haven't got much idea.
Bruce just not quite able to maintain possession, and Justin Murphy letting him know about it. I fancy Cameron might be saying, have a look at the scoreboard, mate.
And the Essendon runner's gone out to James Hurd and told him to push up into the midfield. There's not one Essendon player in their forward 50. They are a rabble up forward. Well, of course, no Matthew Lloyd to direct traffic.
McPhee put down McDonald off the ball.
So it's blowing out on the board, but there's still a bit of heat in the kitchen. Here's Rigoni. Nothing there for Melbourne this time. And they'll be repelled by Matthew Allen, who, happy to relate, has been paid that mark. And uses the non-preferred boot. A little precariously, but okay.
Essendon haven't got a player in their front half, let alone their forward 50.
Peveril just forced in the end to kick as long as you possibly can. Again, it's 3-1 in favour of Melbourne.
And therefore, they don't go anywhere because they get to that position and freeze.
Cupido to Bolton, who's dealt with after the kick. Umpire said that was fine and legal. So Rivers has got a month of Saturday nights to get rid of the ball.
Just got no forward structure, the Bombers, at all.
Brown to Miller. How many marks for Miller? That's number 7. On centre wing. Long kick inside 50. Henneman the fist. Robertson to Maloney. Keeps it alive, but only as far as Peveril, who marks in the back pocket. So 82 plays 44. Clock running down now to end the third term. Robertson. Uze. And he'll have a shot at goal from a tight angle.
Well, the Bombers
really has degenerated, hasn't it?
The Bombers haven't got a forward set up. That's the Essendon forward line as we look at it. And they've got Lucas sitting on the bench, who was dangerous. He's kicked a couple of goals in the game. They've got Solomon, who's sitting on the bench. He looked a bit dangerous. At least he can take a mark. And they just haven't got one tall forward who's got any idea what to do in that forward half. They have to get Lucas back on. I'd play Solomon from the goal square. At least he can take a strong mark. Henneman and Bolton, get him out of the forward line.
3 goals, 2 to Adam Uze. Bombers have been inside their 50 a dozen times in this quarter and scored just 2 behinds. Fletcher decides he'll try and do it the fast way with the long bomb, and he actually landed it into circle. Gave himself a few metres beyond the edge of the square, of course. Wheatley to Green. Dangerous with that left foot. That's a pretty good placement. And Robertson nearly outmarked Fletcher, but he breached the laws in his attempt and then almost accidentally spat in the umpire's face. Fletcher takes the free and gives to Jason Johnson.
To Winderlick. Again, not much to go to. Chooses McPhee. Wheatley gets into his back. Monfries bowled over. And that will be 3/4 time. And it is Melbourne in control of this round 1 encounter at the MCG. 83 plays 44.
Well, they won the quarter by 19 points, the Demons. Neil Danaher would be reasonably happy with that. They certainly won the second quarter with 6 goals to 3, so they're just continuing to build their lead as this game progresses. Essendon 6 goals on the board. They haven't got a forward structure at all without Matthew Lloyd.
So 3/4 time at the G. And it is Melbourne 39 points in front of Essendon.
Inside, she had diamonds on the inside. She wore diamonds on the inside.
Monday, the MCG plays host to a fierce encounter as Collingwood takes on the Western Bulldogs. Don't miss a second of it. Uninterrupted siren to siren. Collingwood v the Western Bulldogs Monday on Fox Footy Channel.
Are you tuned into your television? Your Entertainment and Listings magazine is full of interviews and program highlights, as well as a comprehensive daily viewing guide. This month, Molly Meldrum catches up with diva extraordinaire, the divine Miss M. We expose the myth behind the glory in commemoration of the 90th anniversary of Gallipoli. Uncover the secret to the perfect digital photo with a how-to channel exclusive. And star of the long firm Mark Strong tells us why bad guys are the best. Your Entertainment and Listings magazine. We've got you covered.
Wednesday on AFL Love Match with host Rebecca Wilson.
Find out how your AFL stars react under real pressure.
Former Demon Anthony McDonald battles it out against young Bulldog pup Brad Murphy.
Where would you find a tapas bar? Yes, dogs.
Sewing kit. AFL Love Match, a real test of teamwork. Wednesday on Fox Footy Channel.
Essendon assistant coach Mark Harvey doing his best to fire up the Essendon forward line, but at the moment it is Melbourne certainly looking the likely winners. 39 points is the margin. 12-11 plays 6-8. Uze's got 3, Davey 2 for Melbourne, the multiple goal scorers, while for Essendon, scoreboard's pretty bare. Just a couple to Henneman and a couple to Lucas. Green 22, Ferguson 20, Bruce 17 disposals. While for the Bombers, 21 to Murphy, 19 to Bradley and 18 to Welsh.
And there's
Boy,
Matthew
what
Lloyd.
will they give for that man to be playing?
Yes, Matthew
Broken
Lloyd,
arm, of course.
And Ty Zantuck in picture. And we have a look at the Primus whiteboard and focus on the Essendon forward line as it finished up in that third quarter, and it was a rabble. James Hird has gone from one end of the ground to the other. Didn't get a touch in that quarter. Cameron Bruce, excellent job. Henneman and Bolton, they aren't key forwards. They really don't know how to play the position. They've got to be taken off the ground. Get Solomon and Lucas into those areas. Cupido can't run out 4 quarters, so he can't get too far away from goals. And then you've got a couple of kids in Stanton and Monfries. So just to let you know, that's one of the reasons why Essendon has kicked 3 goals in the last hour of football.
Well, Melbourne are in position and have been for 30 seconds. Essendon's still in the huddle, just breaking now.
Kevin Sheedy was defiant at training on Wednesday, and he named names
off the long run
in relation to members of the media who
Caroline Wilson. He absolutely got into Caroline Wilson.
2 W's he referred to from the same newspaper organisation, Wilson and Walls. And you're in front at the moment. You've drawn first blood, Rob.
Well, let's have a look at the Essendon forward line now. Lucas is in picture on the right. That's good. James Hird, that's good. Cameron Bruce with him all the way, and Cupido. And the reason Cupido's there is because I would think he hasn't got the fitness to play further out from goal. And his career is in the balance at the moment. He's been on the scene close to half a dozen years now. Spent the first 3 up with Brisbane. Didn't do a lot there. Had a good year with Essendon in his first season. Did nothing last year.
Melbourne by 39 at the start of the last, and it could get ugly for the Dons the way that third quarter was going. Tremendous leap from McVeigh, but opens the door for Aaron Davey. Oh, no! You get the feeling at any moment he could do anything, and just then he did, but it wasn't what he wanted.
That was from point-blank range, wasn't it?
Have a look at the acceleration of Aaron Davey. Taps the ball into a bit of space, knows he can burn off anybody, and lets himself down with the kick.
He's back!
Free kick to McDonald from Melbourne.
Thank you! Play on!
Goes back into the middle, finds Maloney.
It's a credit to Maloney coming to a new club that he is able to start in at the centre square, the all-important centre square bounces. You put your hard, tough nuts in there.
Ragonio's a terrific mark taken by Jason Johnson.
And it just means that in the space of a summer, he's earned a lot of respect from Neil Danaher by the way in which he goes about his football.
Cupido coming up for disposal, number 13. Nice pass it was to the young Monfries.
Back here! Yep. Play on!
Once again, back to Cupido. Long left foot kick, but just blazed away. No one there at all for Essendon. And an easy mark taken by Wheatley. Into the middle to Miller.
Play on!
To Green. Courage. Got crunched. Mark, whatever you like. Umpire's paying it.
Did show courage, Brad Green, going back for that ball.
Too far out to score. The lead's from Robertson. Spoiled by Mark Johnson. Robertson looking for the free kick, none forthcoming. Everall cleans up and finds Stanton.
Hasn't had any great impact tonight, Brent Stanton. Promising first year last season. Bolton. Important season in the development of his career. Really needs to stand up for the Dons. Now, Hird tries to get into the contest here, but can't. I think we mentioned early in the second quarter that James Hird had 10 possessions. Well, here we are early in the last. He's had 11. He's scarcely touched the ball in 2 quarters of football.
And a fair bit of run on the bench there with Heffernan and Sylvia running tight players. J-Mar will share the ruck work with Jeff White.
And it's White against Allen right now. Allen takes front position. Got first hand in there. Didn't really get a result. Ferguson wrapped up, and there'll be a ball up.
And Monfries, who does the tackling, the young Essendon player on debut, wearing the number 6 from South Australia. And that's probably why they gave him the number 6, because he's taken over that jumper from Sean Wellman, who, of course, came from Adelaide.
Hird, kick smothered. Wheatley, tackle when he didn't have it. Umpire let it go. Maloney slipped at the crucial moment. He did well to regain the footing. Tough. To Robertson. Bang, look out. Dealt with fairly by Mark Johnson. Ball still alive. 50 out for the Bombers' goal. Hurd's got to beat 2 on hands and knees. Taps it back to Bolton well. Now Lucas. He's not a bad kick. He has a ping. It is a superb goal from Scott Lucas. Gee, he makes that look easy.
Well, he's kicked 3 of their 7 goals, and you just wonder, in a team that struggled to kick a goal in that, well, they didn't kick a goal in that third quarter, why he was sitting on the bench. Because at least he can kick one from outside 50.
Number 12 or so seasons ago, in a match here, the Bombers came back from the dead from nearly 50 points down in the last quarter to beat Melbourne. It looks highly unlikely tonight, and if Maloney's shot had gone through, it would have looked less so, but Welsh took a very good mark to Fletcher to Mark Johnson. Now can they get some momentum going, string a couple of goals together. Allen, neat trap, takes it very wide and doesn't deliver well. McDonald beats an unhappy McPhee. Demons still lead by 34 points. Wheatley been good down the back. Demons faced some early pressure down there, held up pretty well. Allen had that covered, would have marked it in 99 when he came third in the Brownlow. Robertson fought on well for Melbourne. Bolton caught high by McLean, no free, another high tackle. This time there will be a free. Advantage called as the Rawbone Bradley breaks away. Bruce in good position though, and he's taken the points against James Hurd. 18 uses of the ball, and Hurd is still on 11.
That's it there. Little kick to Whelan.
Not kicking to a contest, the Demons.
Wheatley, he's off. Dispossessed by Hurd. Rigoni. Wheatley. Maloney tries to break the pack. Hurd. Is he back in the midfield? Squeezes the kick out. Haynes to half forward. And it's about 65 from Essendon's goal.
And this has been the matchup of the night. Cameron Bruce taking the honours to this stage. James Hurd certainly had the honours at quarter time, but Bruce has worked his way back into the game, and they play on each other almost every time these two teams meet.
Weiss wins the tap in front of Henneman. Taken by Bullen. Monfries. The young fella did well, got it out to Jason Johnson from 50 metres into the goal square. Ferguson wrestles with Lucas. Lucas has got it, gets rid of the tackle, free kick to Lucas. No, he went the other way. He handballed it. That should have been a free kick to Essendon.
Well, let's have a look at that again. Essendon fans are ropeable.
Be more so if Melbourne kick a goal, but Mark McVeigh holds them up here. And the Dons can load up and go back for another go. Bradley to Fletcher. Fletcher pulls out the sand wedge and loops it over the top. Hasn't really gone for Adam McPhee tonight. That's a free kick, surely. Did Davey have the ball?
I didn't think so.
Now there's an Essendon free kick, a deliberate out. Well, a couple of extraordinary decisions. Maybe we're getting tired late in the evening, not seeing straight. Murphy gives to Bullen. Don still within 34. If they could kick a couple quickly, who knows? Jim McPhee has looked a bit weary tonight. Lucas from behind had no chance, and Ryan Ferguson has been one of the players of the night.
This kid, Tim, just keeps his eyes on the footy. Doesn't worry about what's around him, and Neil Danaher would be absolutely delighted with this performance.
Nice kick to Miller, who pops one over the top to Bruce, to McDonald. This is a good build-up by the Demons. Uze.
just on that consecutive games list, Quarters. If he plays all 22 home and away matches this year, he's up to 200, which puts him within 4 of Jack Titus. That was a record we thought would never be broken, and then along came an Irishman, and if there's a threat to him in the modern day, it comes from Albania.
Correct. So Adamuze has kicked 3 goals to. And right through the middle for goal number 4 for the Eels. Well, it's all a matter of how much now, because Essendon can't get back from this spot. It's 40 points the difference. Nice build up there for the D's. And a finish with a pass to Uze, who kicked the goal.
And we all know that Adamuze can play anywhere on the ground, but with Neitz not having a great night, this has been a real bonus for the Demons.
Not looking very happy. The great man entering his 25th year as coach of the Dons. He's watched them kick just 1 goal in the last 38 minutes or so of this match. It's faded away dismally. It's a good effort by Hurd. I wonder if he's got the power in his legs late in the night from outside 50. The man on the mark 49 metres out. He knows he hasn't. He goes for Cupido. Couldn't hang on. Gets it back. Escapes. Wrong side. Clever centre. Jason Johnson. Monfries looking for a goal, not getting it. Rigoni. Ferguson again. Might have kicked into his teammate there. All's well that ends well. Wheatley blazes. Aimed for the big torp. He miscued it. And McPhee gives it to Jason Johnson, who can have a shot.
Wouldn't have thought that kick would have pleased the coach too much, Rob.
No, he looked up and there was absolutely no one to go to, so he tried to squeeze it into the middle corridor. And, well, there was just no one there. You can see he saw the Essendon player down the wing, so he tried to put it into the central corridor. And, of course, he still didn't have a teammate anywhere near the footy.
Jason Johnson, Essendon's most consistent of the last few years, and that's a good kick.
I thought it was just a torpedo gone wrong.
It certainly went wrong, came off the side of the boot.
They just don't know how to kick them these days, Rob.
No, they don't. I'll tell you who does, or did. Mighty Malcolm, who'll be calling with us later this year.
Yeah, we'll look forward to that reenactment, perhaps, in the box.
Margin cut back to 34. McPhee. Maloney, what a game he's played first up for Melbourne. To centre half forward. Miller overran it. Picked up by Bullen. To McVeigh, slung as he kicked. McDonald has been busy. This man always is. Brown. Back to Maloney once again. Measures the kick. Looks for Robertson. Superb pass.
Brilliant kick by Maloney.
And Robertson will line up, 45-degree angle, 45 metres from goal.
And that was Maloney's 6th disposal. They share the ball very well, the Demons, by hand, coming off half-back. Like to bring it into the corridor and then are prepared to kick it wide to players leading out to the pockets.
Robertson's got one. And that ball is still in play. Peveril, Welsh. To half-back, Green will get there first. And he's pretty content to see it go over the line.
There's the skipper on the bench, David Neitz. He's had a very ordinary night tonight, but in the end it didn't matter. Uze stepped up. Russell Robertson's been pretty good. Aaron Davies been dangerous. And Brad Miller has played well away from goals, but got plenty of the ball.
Well, the game fading away, and it perhaps causes us to underestimate its importance to Melbourne tonight and its significance. Here go the Bombers. Haynes probes into the 50. Good effort by Ferguson against Lucas. Bird helping Lucas out, but no result for the Dons.
And the applause going to Cameron Bruce, who in one bit of play didn't get a kick mark or handball, but denied Hurd and then Lucas the footy. And have a look at Cameron Bruce. He's got touch on James Hurd at these stoppages. See the touch?
Melbourne have won 12-6 at throw-ins, 2-1, and that makes it 13-6. As Rigoni goes for a bit of a run. And he has men flanking him left and right. Just wants to draw the tackler before he gives it off. And the Demons have done it nicely. Maloney backing himself. Miller! Did he do enough? Maybe not quite. He's not yet. He's paid it.
Yep. He won't want to take the kick. Miller's had 6 kicks and 11 handballs.
Good clean grab.
And his 4th mark in this final term. He's a player on the improve. All he's got to do is improve his kicking and his confidence in his kicking, because too often he gives away the handball when a kick is what's required.
Those marks always look much more convincing in slow motion. Miller kicked one in the second quarter at this end, and he has his second of the night. The Demons have this one.
Happy with that, Rob?
Yes. Controlled it long enough.
Another young man from Queensland making his mark.
Yes, he played with Mount Gravatt up there in Brisbane. As a kid, he used to go and watch the Brisbane Lions play. And there's a very sad-looking Travis Johnson, who hasn't been back on the ground since he made that sloppy error.
I think he was on momentarily, Rob.
Okay, early in that 3rd quarter, so he'll be keen to do well next week.
Bradley, one shining light for the Bombers tonight.
Good tackle. In the side. Let him up. Let him go. That's all right. That's it. So there you go, straight back. No holding.
It'll be Henneman against White. Nice tap by Henneman to Jason Johnson. He's turned it over under a fair bit of pressure. That's a nice mark taken by Sylvia. To half forward, plenty of run in the Melbourne legs. Here's McLean. He could almost go all the way here. Had a bounce, squared it up. Fletcher the big fist went straight to McPhee. Bradley. Bombers had the numbers. Welsh to Murphy. And this will be Justin Murphy's 23rd disposal. Goes back into the corridor to find Bradley, and this is number 24 for Bradley. To McPhee. Oh, gee, that is interesting. Now Lucas. To Monfries. But coming in to spoil the party is McLean. Ferguson. Taps towards the boundary line. Lucas. Good challenge. McDonald. Ferguson slipped over. Some tired bodies out there now, Rob. Wheatley. And there'll be a bounce.
Yes, they're just going through the motions now. They know that the result. And don't argue.
Yeah, don't argue, but
it's usually a hand, not a boot.
Not a boot. Just as well they went those old-fashioned nail-in stops that he used to wear, Rob.
Well, the umpires did come and check the boots in those days to make sure there was no nail sticking out.
So it's the Demons by 40 points. Colin Sylvia, former All-Australian under-18, taken pick 3 back in 2003.
He looks good, Colin Sylvia. Injuries for most of last year, but coming of age.
Well, he and McLean, probably the nucleus of their midfield for the next decade.
Yep.
McPhee. He looks very tired but hasn't stopped trying. Marks at half back for Essendon.
Essendon's had Ramanauskas sit on the bench for almost the entire second half, and Solomon's been there for most of the second half as well.
Mark Johnston run himself into trouble. Bad turnover. Now what can Davey do here? He's got plenty of room to move. He goes with the inside-out kick to full forward. Good mark by Welsh. Worked his way to the front against Uze.
Thank you.
And Christy Malthouse tells us that Solomon and Ramanauskas are quite fit and able to come back on. But between them, I've hardly seen any action in this second half.
Murphy to the wing. McVeigh, nice handball to Winderlick. Shows a bit of dash. Takes it to the 50. Winds up into the goal square. Winderlick, not quite. Bruce couldn't hang on to it. A point. There's Ramanauskas. Next to him, Solomon, who has had an injury-interrupted pre-season.
And Travis Johnson has just stepped onto the field.
The number 1 draft pick back in 1997. Needs a big year, Rob?
Yes, he does. Very, very talented player. If he gets himself super fit, he could be anything. He's a chance here.
Fletcher, now is that deliberate? Umpire says yes. So free kick to Travis Johnston. Now there's no one on the mark, so they can play on here. No, getting across now.
Where you are, where you are.
There's Bullen. So Travis Johnston's got a 65 from goal. Oh, his kick's pretty ordinary. Murphy, tackled by Heffernan.
This will be a big win for Melbourne for many reasons, but one of them is that Essendon have just controlled games against the Demons, certainly in Neil Danaher's time as Melbourne coach. In fact, Essendon have won 13 of the last 15 encounters.
Well, Kevin Sheedy's coached against Melbourne 42 times. This is just his 10th loss. Johnston, sidestep, snaps, 1 point. So 40 points is the margin. Wheatley. Ball intercepted by Hurd. Kicks to half forward. Monfries has shown a bit in his first game.
Yeah, I like it.
Cupido squares it up. Nice kick.
What a spoil.
It was a beauty. Clint Bizzle is away. There's a chance here for Melbourne. Johnston looks for Robertson. Great spoil by Mark Johnson. We'll have a throw in it. Johnston helps Robertson up. There are some tired bodies out there.
And there's another look at the Clint Bizzle spoil. Adam McPhee, he's going to leave the ground. I think he's got some groin problems. Physiotherapist was out there, and he's heading off, and Solomon will replace him.
And another throw in. Just looking at some of this, McPhee. Feeling it a bit, isn't he, Rob?
He is.
A little bit sore.
Yeah, he's a bit sore.
Bradley's got 24, Murphy 24 for Essendon, Green 24 for Melbourne, Maloney 23 and Ferguson 22. Rigoni. There's a whistle here. It's a free kick going Essendon way. And that's going to be taken by Haynes. Out wide. Murphy. How have you rated Maloney's game, Robert? I know he's a player that Geelong begrudgingly gave away.
I like the fact that he's hard and tough in close, and when the ball's out in a bit of space, he's able to get it and use it to advantage. So he's got a couple of strings to his bow.
Winderlick goes inside 50. Back of the Packers, Stanton. Gets mowed down by a couple of Demons.
In Essendon's forward 50 quarters, in this second half, they've taken 2 marks only. And that is a real worry for Kevin Sheedy. Just 2 marks inside their forward 50 in half a game of football. And part of that is the disposal by foot has been very, very ordinary.
Well, somehow Clint Bizzle weaves his way through heavy traffic to the wing. The big fly was Robertson, staying down and gathering the spoils is Johnston. He can go all the way here. He has 3 bounces. He runs to 30 and Travis Johnston finishes it off in style for the Demons. And points to the arm. The Troy Broadbridge, number 20 on his arm, very proudly points to the crowd.
Well, it was just bad play by Essendon out on the wing. We saw the ball in the air. 2 Essendon players decide to go for it up against 1 Demon. Out in space, it leaves Travis Johnson by himself at ground level for the easy pickup. This is becoming a bit of a blowout now.
Travis Johnson becomes the Demons' 10th goal kicker tonight. You always love when that sheet is spread, don't you?
Oh yes, good sign. Kangaroos had 11 today. Good sign for them.
Downfield here. Downfield, yours, Brent.
Free kick going Melbourne's way. Maloney. This is his 8th touch for the quarter. His 24th for the match. And it's a good one, PJ Muss.
That wasn't his target. Miller was his target, and it just skewiff off the boot a little bit.
He doesn't want a kick, so he gives it to Green, and why wouldn't you? With a boot like that, he looks for Robertson. Mark Johnson hasn't stopped trying. Here's another chance for Travis Johnson. Can he snap another one? White against Fletcher. Bruce. Bang! Caught that for a tackle.
He's got a free.
Too high. It's against Fletcher. Here's a replay of the tackle.
And it would just top the night off for Cameron Bruce to kick a goal. Done an excellent job on James Hurd. Will he drop punt it, or will he go for the banana, the check side, the boomerang, call it what you like.
Cameron Bruce, 20 metres from goal. He's gone the conventional drop punt.
And he's got zilch.
Next week, the Bombers play Carlton at the MCG Friday night. And Melbourne take on the Western Bulldogs at Telstra Dome.
And Matthew Lloyd out for at least another...
Probably 3 weeks.
3 weeks. It hurts them, doesn't it?
And with a marking full forward, you'd want to get that right, wouldn't you? You wouldn't want to rush him back too early. Bradley goes short and finds Peveril. With the game winding down, it's going to be a big win on a very important night for the Melbourne Football Club. There is Trish Broadbridge
with Jimmy Stein.
Yep. Great to see a smile on her face.
And the skipper, David Neitz, has been brought back onto the ground, and I'm sure Neil Danaher would be thinking, well, I want the captain out there when the siren goes.
Yep. A positive sign, I guess, with Neitz not dominating by any stretch, Rob, but the Demons have got up and won comfortably.
Yes, they've done it well. They've had a spread of goal kickers, and really, from quarter time on, they've just got better and better. Pretty disappointing performance by Essendon. Their forward structure was just hopeless, really, in that second half, and Kevin Sheedy just needs to look at it and probably leave Lucas at full forward or centre half forward. Keep James Hurd up there in the forward line whilst Matthew Lloyd is out of this team.
The team we love, the team of the red and the blue. Every heart beats true for the red and the blue, and we sing this song to you.
So a big win to Melbourne. An enjoyable night in one way, but also a night obviously tinged with sadness. as they said their final goodbyes to Troy Broadbridge. But they've done him proud tonight with a big 46-point win as Troy's wife, Trish, looks on as we go to Christy Malthouse. One of the stars tonight for the Demons, Cameron Bruce.
Cameron, well done on that win. Is it almost a relief to have that game over and have the win now?
Oh, definitely. It's a great way to send off Troy Broadbridge. He's such a magnificent bloke to have around the footy club. Most caring bloke, around the club, and just we're going to, with this season, all of his qualities, his care, the determination, we want to improve. That's what we're dedicating this season to. So.
With such an emotional start to the game, did you think about that much during the game, or once the game started, was it just all about football?
Oh, look, it's always in the back of your mind. It's obviously extraordinary circumstances, so but the main thing for us was to win the game tonight. We always want to get off to a great season, great start. We owed them one. They beat us last year, knocked us out of the finals, so it was great to get back at them.
But as you said, it turned out to be a great tribute, but probably the best tribute in the end.
That's perfect finish. So we'll be around to help out the Broadbridge family, to help out Tricia, and hopefully we can have a ripping season for Troy.
Well done, Stephen.
Thanks, Chrissy. Let's now go to Tim Lane, who's in the stands here at the MCG, and he's with the sister of Troy Broadbridge, Sarah.
Sarah, they've done you and Troy and the family proud. You must be happy with that.
We're ecstatic that they did so well today, and really, really pleased for the club and for everyone involved.
How's the night been for you? I know in the commentary box that there were lumps in throats, and it was very emotional in the lead up to the match.
To begin with, it was a bit like that, and it's been an amazing day that's all led towards this moment. And like I said, for how it panned out as it did has been fabulous.
The fans are happy.
Yeah, I think they are. They deserve to be happy.
The players coming off as a united group, their arms around each other, and another show of comradeship, which is warming, but on the other hand, I guess it's a reminder.
Oh, they've shown it throughout the whole of January, backed us right up until the funeral, right through it, and they deserve the win. It's fabulous.
And for you and your family, it's a step as part of a long journey. How's it going?
I think it will be continual. It won't stop because we'll miss Troy forever. But to know that there's so many people that appreciated Troy as a person and were so proud of him just as we were is amazing.
Does the return of footy help in some way that it's back, or is it a painful reminder for you?
I think we were all nervous for it to begin again, but it's another season, and it's a step towards the future. Like it'll be well worth it.
Well, I heard Neil Danaher say during the week, in a sense, it'll be Troy's season, and it'll be fascinating to see what the Demons can do in Troy's season. Thanks for joining us, Sarah, and all the best to you all.
Thank you very much.
Quarters, back to you.
Thanks, Tim, and a big thank you, obviously, to Sarah Broadbridge.